What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Art of Partying. I am your host, Bert. We're flying solo again without Donald. I'm here with UK Chris.
All right.
How the fuck was everyone's weekend? How was your weekend, Chris?
It's been all right so far, mate. Just watched the FA Cup final over here in the UK for the football soccer fans. I enjoyed watching that, just chilling. I've got no kids this weekend. They're at my mum's caravan, so it's just me and the missus. So it's been nice, I haven't had my head back all weekend. It's been great.
Oh, I believe it too. Drop that, everybody. So let's talk about what we're drinking today. Excuse me. I am drinking something that I've been coveting for a long time. I haven't had it in a while. Is Apocalypse Scout from Three Floyds.
Nice.
Really good stuff. And what are you drinking, Chris?
I'm just on the old British Strongbow dark fruits. That's from my mate Bowley. Loves his dark fruits.
How is Strongbow? I had it on tap.
Right.
No, I'm sorry. I did not have it on tap. I had it at Reggie's one time. That's for my man, Dave. There you go, Davey. Yeah, my friend Davey likes it.
It depends. I don't mind it. I don't like the original. The original's like a bit shit, like tastes crap. But I don't mind dark fruits. Yeah, that's something different. You know what? I can't get bored of having beer all the time. I've got a bottle of rum in the kitchen, and I'm just, waiting to break that out. I'm sort of celebrating having no kids, I guess. So it's kind of like me and the missus are like, just break everything out and get drunk.
I sit there saying to myself, when me and Mel get married, are we going to have those nights where the kids are gone? There's a bottle of champagne or a bottle of vodka somewhere in that house. Yo, what now? Oh boy,
just letting loose. It's all right. You got to do it sometimes. I think, yeah.
Anywho, I sit there saying to myself, if that's going to happen. And, her and me are going to Disney. I like those, the Polynesian where we're staying at, they have a bar that I'm not allowed to go at. Or am I allowed to go at it? Well, how long can I stay down there?
Nice, aren't you?
What happened?
You'll have to be extra nice to Mel, aren't you, to get in the bar?
Yeah, if you buy me that giant stitch,
I already bought your giant stitch.
that is a medium size.
I have another one.
I mean like an XXL one.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight here. I could have bought you that when we were there, but you wanted it for your birthday.
Valentine's Day, get it right.
Whatever.
2 different holidays.
We're not going into this.
Albert, just give a straight shout out for Stewie Palmer, who's watching us at the moment. My co-host, the legend.
We've been trying to get him on here for such a long time.
You'll get him on.
Here, the call.
Busy man.
Busy man. I'm pretty sure a couple of the Power Force. There you go. Thank you.
We're not a superhero group,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're watching. Thank you guys so much for the shout out earlier this week. It was a fantastic week of publicity for the Art of Party, and thank you guys so much.
Yeah, well, it's just nice for you to get it as well. Like,
hey, not just nice for it's for us because you're a part of us. Yeah. And that's the old man right there.
He's a trailblazer behind you.
Yep, man's retired. Relax it. By the way, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm wearing the banner today for the anniversary show. Probably one of my favorite shirts I've ever worn.
You enjoy that's a good film, though, to be fair.
Absolutely. I wish I would have bought they were selling the glassware.
Right.
It was reasonably priced. I wanted to buy it, but then I got yelled at by the family. I have too much glassware at the house. So, yeah, I did. Oh, my God.
I have a lot of money.
Oh. But, yeah, that glassware was something I was looking for. I wanted to get it, but I got the shirt. It sits in the tie. It's the 3-year anniversary. It just –
Albert, I've stole loads of pints of that all over the places over the years, right? Give me your address. I'll send you one of those glasses from my kitchen.
I will give it to you after this. You know what?
I will send you one, mate. I've got loads.
I know you were telling me that the Winchester is a real thing. I thought that was just a joke in the movie.
No, it's a real pub. It's a real pub.
Break and customs.
It'll be all right. I have gotten things from England. Trust me, it'll be all right. So let's talk about So let's talk about this last episode of Creep Show. You know what? I thought it was pretty damn good. I said it on Mornings with Bert. I was going to talk about it. I thought it was pretty damn good. Have you seen it yet, Chris?
Not got to it yet. My plans is probably tomorrow. Obviously, I want to do some stuff with the missus this weekend. Well, Saturday, but while we've got no kids, I'll probably watch it tomorrow because I'll hammer loads of stuff like before I go back to work and what have you. Oh wait, no, I'm off for 4 days, aren't I? I'll get it done. Don't worry.
No, take your time. All I'll say is this. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I thought it was good. Really good. There's a couple things that I'm going to get into that I am trying to toil with in my brain here about a few things, but there was a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of references to Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. Well, obviously the name of Night of the Living, whatever, Night of the Living last show. I mean, that should tell you right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Like I said, I counted 6 Easter eggs in this. I mean, just phenomenal stuff. That guy from, I'm pretty sure that movie is called Jeepers Creepers. That kid's in there.
Justin Lee.
Yes, the kid. Yeah, the kid's in there.
You don't want to lose his eyes. Yeah, he's been in a couple of films with Adam Sandler and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, the kid's in there. He's in it.
Yeah,
He's the main character. Now, look, I got to understand. I have to say this right now. This pissed me off with this whole thing.
All right, go on.
The guy is married. He builds a pod. All right. He's fantasizing. That's his beautiful dog, ladies and gentlemen. He's fantasizing over a woman. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this because I don't want to get flagged by obviously YouTube, but let's just say that he does adult things. Now the wife is married. He's married to the wife. Now he's mad at him. And
why?
I like to know myself. Is that constitute cheating?
Told.
What constitutes cheating? He's making love to her in his brain. Is that constitute cheating?
Wait, what?
In this thing, and I'm going to ask my wife.
Go for it.
He's in a pod that he's based off a movie, but he loved, like, he's always had a thing for this chick, right? Well, he takes off his clothes, goes in the pod, but the woman's not actually physically making love to him. Does that constitute cheating?
You want my opinion?
Yes, I want every lady's opinion on this.
Oh God.
Does it constitute cheating? Because it's coveting in his mind.
Technically, yes.
Really?
Because he's thinking about stepping out of a relationship.
I'm sorry.
Just like you flirted, so that girl would have
I did not flirt.
hit you with a sign.
I did not
when they were
flirt.
protesting.
Oh, that incident. We're not going to talk about that. That I had to do that for work. That saved my ass for something. But does that constitute as cheating though? If if it's in the brain?
Emotionally, yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
That's just like we're together, and I think about another dude all the time.
Yeah, but you're thinking about it in your head. You're not physically doing it.
Eventually, it's going to get physical.
I don't. But see, it happened in the thing. It happened in the pod.
I thought you wanted my woman's opinion.
You really want me? He was mental. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm also mental, and you're not.
Right, but you get what I'm saying though.
Right.
A guy thing.
Technically, no.
Thank you. That's what I don't know why she was getting mad. I did not understand that. It confused me.
If I would kind of take her point of view too, because if we're together, you thinking about somebody else. That's gonna turn me off.
No, I understand that. That I understand, but then again, he didn't make it any better that he lied to his wife and said, "Yeah, I'm sick. Go ahead without me," and did what he wanted to do anyway. That I did chuckle at that. And I'm like, I can understand why this woman sliced off his finger.
Are you reading the comments here, mate? On the tool? Stuart just sent you a nice little comment.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Invite me into the chat. Okay. Invite me in. He already knows it's in there, so he can come in. That thing I sent you, he can come in.
You the link for it, yeah?
Yeah, I'll send a link right now. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have another guest come on right now.
Have you got him there? Is he waiting?
I'm gonna see right now. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 minute.
Counting 1 minute, mate.
All right, I just sent it to him, so he knows. I just sent it to him right now. But at the end of the day, I thought it was good stuff.
Okay.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was really good, really good.
That's 4 out of 5, yeah.
4 out of 5. I gave it a 4.
So you're good season. You know what I mean? Were you happy with it? Give up like a pros and cons of the season. So
I thought, and this is my opinion, I thought that the season ran a little too short, but I could understand. We had COVID.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was really good because of my cheesiness to our review we did of Army of Darkness. But that was really good. And then the second one, not so much. I love C. Thomas Howell. Don't get me wrong here. I love The Hitcher, but that didn't captivate me. The second one, that alien one was just ridiculous. That was just too much by the numbers. I don't like that kind of horror. And we're going to get into it, Wreck, how I felt about that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about Wreck. I don't want you to think it's bad, good, or indifferent. This is just my opinions. Everyone has their own opinions when it comes to their favorite movies. This is just one man's opinion. But, it was just by the numbers stuff. It is what it is. You know what? It got me set up waiting for what's it called? Stranger Things 4. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, there's a release date for it now, isn't there? I haven't watched the trailer for it, but
I don't think there's a release date. If someone wants to comment, put it in the comments. If you know the release date for Stranger Things, that would help us out great, because I have no clue.
I'm more looking forward to the Umbrella Academy when that comes out.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's going to be on Twitch?
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix.
We've got the Witcher as well. That'll be out this year at some point as well.
Right.
That's if you've watched it, though.
I have to see. I've been okay. I know that. See, if Don was here, I would talk about that Invincible thing. He turned me on to that. I wasn't expect. I think he told me to watch it maybe a day or two after I did Wreck. No. Yeah, it was after I did the review for Wreck. I think I did it that Sunday. I think that Wednesday, because I was free, I decided to watch one episode. Wow. I was shocked what I saw.
So I haven't watched it yet. I know he sent us a message in our group about it.
It's good.
I haven't got around to it yet. I've been quite lazy, to be fair. Not been much going on, though, hasn't there? New TV shows. I know there's loads in our pipeline, but it's getting to, when they get released, which is a bit of a pain. I think, you go around like me and the missus went to bed last night. We're like, we'll go through Netflix, Amazon Prime. You end up more time scrolling through things than actually picking anything. You've been in a pandemic and been in lockdown for so long. You go through everything, so there isn't much left now, to choose from. Other than rewatching stuff.
For me, it's just like I have to, unless it's like the reviews we do, unless it's
I get what you mean.
Yeah, I have to. I'll do it, but. As far as going on in my way, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Me and the wife are watching Disney stuff. We're getting ready for that. I'm sorry. Ladies, I'm sorry. Unless it's suggested or if I want to watch, I have my horror movie Sundays. I ain't watching nothing until I'm watching Disney blogs. Like the Blue Bros.
You're excited to go though, aren't you? Come on. I mean, it is not for me, but, I know Mel's big into it. So, and they both go into it. It's something fun and exciting to watching it,
Yeah, I mean, it's
a lot of people do it.
Exactly. Let me give another shout out to the Boo Bros again. They're one of my guys. They do the horror stuff. And, here's another thing. I didn't tell you this. The Twitter that we have. Someone brought it up to me. They were talking about Halloween Horror Nights. We were talking about it.
Right.
I follow us, Art of Partying on Twitter. They brought it up to me, and she had asked me, this person, have you been? I go, I've never been to Busch Gardens. Like I said, I will vlog for you guys at Busch Gardens. I haven't been to a HHN since 2007. And the Boo Bros, oh God, Adrian in particular told me, he goes, man, there's a lot of things that changed since you've been gone. I go, well, gentlemen, you have to remember, too, when I went out there, I was just barely 18 years old. Excuse me.
Wild Bert.
I couldn't even drink. I just turned
Yeah,
it.
I forget over there. Is it 21 over there for you to start drinking, isn't it? Yeah, I forget.
21 is the age here.
18 over here, yeah.
I think it's 21 over here. So I really couldn't. But back then they really didn't have any specialty drinks like they have now. So I couldn't go buck wild. Not that I still can't go buck wild, and I'm not going to because I'm married.
That doesn't stop you. You both can go buck wild together.
Yeah, we can go buck wild together.
Orgies?
Oh wow, there you go, Tony. Thanks for that one.
That's nasty. That shit's very dirty.
I would know. All I know is that I'm planning on going to the Polynesian, the first night I'm going out with you to Mickey's Not So Scary. I'm not vlogging that. I can't. That's more for kids. And this is my wife's first time, and I want her to enjoy that. Second night, I think we're going to Epcot. Epcot, yeah.
Wednesday we're going to Animal Kingdom.
Oh, what was that?
Animal Kingdom Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay, but Epcot that night, I'm gonna go have a beautiful Italian dinner with the old man and have a few drinks. So probably I'll go wild that night with the old man. Oh yeah, he's gonna get me wasted. It's gonna be Baltimore all over again, boys. Baltimore all over again. The only difference.
Doggy bag. So we gotta go to Animal Kingdom the next day.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I've drank far enough to.
You say you're going to be in a body bag.
Sure.
She's going to zip you up like the Undertaker.
Or we drank. We were playing the. Oh God, what the fuck was that game? It wasn't Friday the 13th where I played 2 nights straight, drunk as shit, and we were off that Monday. Don came over to the house, knocked on the door. I popped up like this. He goes, "Yeah, he's ready to go again," and I was still fucked up. I can't remember how many beers I had.
We always had a good laugh on Friday the 13th game, mate. It was always a good laugh.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's get into these reviews, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, everyone.
Let's do it. Okay, the first one we're gonna do is right.
Yay!
What'd you think of this movie, Chris?
I didn't like it whatsoever.
Go ahead.
It wasn't. I mean, it's like when you see a trailer and it entices you, like a trailer for a game, a trailer for a movie, and it shows you all the best parts, doesn't it? And you're like, oh yeah, this looks quite good. And then when you actually sit down and watch the film, you think, what the fuck have I just watched? I felt that with Wreck. People like it, people won't like it. Everyone has their own opinion and what have you. But yeah, wasn't for me. Like I find it quite boring. I wish I got the 60+ minutes of that back in my life. Really.
I'll tell you right. That was Chris. I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen. When I saw this movie last Sunday, first thing I saw. I mean, I bought the. Which one did you get? I got the American. Yeah, the American version without the subtitles.
I watch it with subtitles. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the American version, so there was no subtitles. That woman's name is Angela. Angela. This local news reporter goes on late night bullshit with some fire marshals, and all of a sudden, it's like, well, let's face it. Here, it's just like right now. They were locked down in quarantine, so the whole movie they're trying to figure out what is going on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking in my contemporaneous notes about this. I walked in. I said to myself, I go, lost footage, beautiful. I love that style of horror.
Blair Witch and all that. Yeah.
I will review Blair Witch 1. I will not do 2. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that ain't gonna happen.
What about the reboot? Don't forget the reboot as well, Albert.
Oh, there is I forgot about that one. I'll do that.
Yeah, a couple years ago, if you remember.
As far as I'm concerned, I'll do that for the people. After that, I'm not doing Blair Witch 2. I'm sorry, that movie sucks and it's getting a 0 automatically.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh God! So I thought, the lost footage file was good. The architectural landscape. Let's put it to you like this: was that in Portugal that they filmed that movie in?
Oh, that's a good question. I can't remember actually.
I'll tell you what.
It was somewhere in Europe, wasn't it? You sure it wasn't?
It was in Europe.
Russia way, wasn't it? Or
no, it was somewhere either in Spain or Portugal, somewhere around.
You might be right. It's been a long while since I've watched.
Oh yeah, I thought the architectural landscape was beautiful. It was very beautiful. The way they shot that was so beautiful. They didn't realize the zombies I thought were really good. Well, not zombies. I'll tell you exactly what the hell they are after reading my notes here. I thought the zombies were really good. So, it was going good. I'm like, wow, this is some good shit. Then all of a sudden it gets to the metal people. Let me tell you something. After being in quarantine for a year,
Yeah.
he's just like, oh shit.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, minus the zombies and the craziness that Wreck brings, everyone sort of understands what a quarantine, sort of lockdown sort of situation feels like now. In reality.
And yeah, and I sat there and said to myself, I go, I did not need to hear this right now, but okay. And then it just dragged on, and I'm just like, what is going on here? I understand they wanted to milk up to what this virus is about, but I'm just like, where are the scares? You're milking it too much for me. You're milking it too much. Just, you tell a little story, you keep going, then bam, okay, we get it. But they were just milking it. I'm like, I'm losing interest here. Come on, I'm checking my watch. I'm like, I got my beer is still getting warm. What the fuck? So, I just said to myself, okay, this just totally took me out of the movie. I'm not having fun. And then when they finally did release what the hell it was, I was shocked. I mean, this is cool. I mean, I guess they're satanic zombies. I rolled my eyes at that after a while. I was just like, what the hell is this shit?
It's a nice dog wolf there. Mr. Agreed with what he said.
And it sounded like it's one of the satanic zombies.
Could possibly be, mate. Could possibly be.
That's the archdiocese messaging me right now. Told me I'm being too satanic. Yeah, it's just when I started seeing the crosses and stuff like that, I go, okay, this is cool. This is all right stuff. And then I was like, okay, this is awesome. Like I said, I mean, that pulled me back into the movie, but there was an off-screen kill. I didn't want to count.
You're not a fan of off-screen kills, no, you're on.
They had one off-screen kill. Yes, they did.
Yeah, but you're not a fan of them, are you? You don't like off-screen kills at all, do you?
My whole thing is this: if I'm going to be consistent about my point style, I have to count on-screen kills. I'm sorry, I do not like that.
That's fair enough. Like everyone has to.
Bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same guy that reviewed Headless and gave that a fucking 0. Remember that. I will never watch that movie. I did it for you. I did it for the people, but I'll never watch that whole pile of horse shit again. I'm sorry.
Such a hero, but such a hero.
Oh, I did it for the people. I do it for you. So I'll tell you what got me was that little girl. She scared the shit out of me. The girl that did it, yeah. Because I was anticipating it too. I'm watching it like this. Okay, I know this girl's gonna turn. I know it. And then I did something, and all of a sudden, boom! I'm like, "Ooh, I'm scared." I got scared real quick, so they got me for that. Other than that, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this movie is. I gave it a 3. It's a watch. Nothing, nothing fancy, just a watch. I wouldn't buy it like I did. I regret it, but hey, whatever. What the hell are you gonna do? So there you go. That's Wreck. If you want to watch it, it's more than willing to watch.
Well, I suppose for the people who just want a one-time thing, I suppose you could, and some people might enjoy it. Some people, well, the company and the people that watched it when it first came out must have enjoyed it because they got a bloody second film.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, that was going to be the mystery one. We were going to do it, but the people have voted, and we got 28 days later at Killer Clowns, so yeah.
I'm excited for one, mate. Killer Clowns. Not sure.
Oh, come on.
Listen, come on, man. After watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space years and years ago, I don't think I can handle any more cheese.
I love it. That is the best cheese of 80s cheese I have ever seen. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you go on our Twitter, you will see me wearing a Clownzilla shirt. That tells you how much I love that movie. And I will wear the Killer Clowns for that episode. I have
and then after you've done that, you can do Leprechaun in the bloody hood, can't you?
You're gonna have to pay me to do that movie because that ain't.
Hey,
Gonna happen.
I'm not paying you to watch that, man.
Okay, what Leprechaun? Okay, this is for the people. If you want us to do a Leprechaun, you start at 4. I'm sorry, you start at 1. You end at 5. That's as far as I'm going. But
You
I will
what,
bet
all of
it's
them,
for
1
them.
to 5. You'd actually watch him 1 to 5. Jesus.
Yes, I did. I saw Leprechaun in Space.
I have not watched that one. No.
I'll tell you what.
Warwick Davis, enjoyed that
Either
role. I'm sure he did.
Either I drank a lot of beer or I really liked that movie because I walked out of that thinking to myself, wow, that wasn't too bad.
Oh, fuck it, no.
Exactly. So that tells you something. Either I was really drunk or I just didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But to each his own.
Each to their own, my friend. Each to their own.
I'm not saying that I would seek out the movie and buy it. That's ludicrous. I don't want that. Listen, I don't want anyone thinking that I would actually pay money for that fucking movie. It ain't going to happen. The first one was okay. And I'll tell you, Marcus likes it. My other brother likes it. So,
yeah, we've all watched something that's, gross and shy, but you know what I mean? I suppose it's a laugh when you go back and watch it. Do you know what I mean? It's is what it is.
I'll tell you what. I mean, I think a lot of people have their issues with the Friday the 13th franchise. Let me tell you something. And this is me. Friday the 13th, what was New Blood's my favorite. That's my favorite movie of all of them.
I'm different. I prefer like the first couple, Friday the 13th, part 1, part 2. Maybe in Manhattan was all right. Manhattan was what it was.
Oh, Manhattan sucked. I'm sorry.
But it is what it is. And my youngest, who's 5, turning 6 in October, yeah? And you remember how big she was on from Jason Voorhees? She had a mask, she had a boiler suit, she had a plastic machete. Loved it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she loved it. Crazy girl. Like, definitely takes after me. I love Friday 13th. Do you know, at the end of the day, 80s was, peak horror. You had the best horror in the 80s.
Even though you get criticizing on the edge of the axe.
Yeah, well, that's on you, pal. No one else.
Listen, I will say this right now. We have revamped the point system. I was getting criticized. I understand that. I will give Edge of the Axe, as we speak right now, a 3. Fair enough? He gives it a 0. I give it a 3. I think it's worth a watch. And we'll never talk about that movie again. It's in the past. It's in the past.
For you, maybe.
I'm never talking about that movie again.
I'll bring it up until the day you die, son.
Oh. Have you seen, since the last review we did, before we get into Army of Darkness, the last review we did of Psycho Goreman, have you seen it yet, Chris?
Not yet, no. Like I said, I've been quite lazy, with watching anything really. Like I said to you before, it's not a disdain per se, but it's like I just haven't got the motivation of watching things because I've watched so much in the last 12 months, being in lockdown, and I've got nothing really that it's jumping out. I watched the new Mortal Kombat, and I enjoyed probably more so the second half than the first half, but it was better than it was in the 90s. I think that's the newest film I've watched, in a long time.
Right.
There's been nothing really out there that's, sort of grab hold of it and looks really good. The Quiet Place 2 that comes out this month, I watched the first one. That was quite good. Don't know if you've watched it.
No, I haven't. I have not.
The first one was really good. The second film comes out sometime in May. I'll give that a watch. I watched that zombie one with Dave Bautista in it. It's on Netflix at some point this month.
I'm not watching anything with him. I thought he was a good wrestler, but as an actor, he sucks, and I can already hear the trolls giving me shit for that.
Probably will, because he wasn't that bad in Guardians of the Galaxy, was he? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Oh my God, he was fun.
Would you prefer to watch John Cena in a film?
Hell no. Oh, hell no. I never. Wow, I just turned black there. I know I'm going to hear some shit for that. No, hell no. Fuck no. I knew he was a shitty actor from that. I know you're laughing because I went black, aren't you?
Yeah.
I hell no. Fuck that shit. Oh, no. By the way, before we get more into this, I wish Stu was on. right now to talk about this, rest in peace to the hardcore man.
New Jack, yeah.
Don was the one that told me about it yesterday.
Yeah, I saw
Really is.
The guy we had on called Chili Willy, who was in the original
Chili.
ECW. Yeah, we had him on, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago on Big Fight Weekly, and I know they knew each other. So I obviously saw it from Chili's page post today on Facebook. So sad news. I mean, he's only 58.
The thing is with Jack,
Mad man.
I watched him. See, when I came into ECW, it was the final years. I didn't grow up with ECW. A lot of people don't know that about me. They thought I grew up with ECW. Yeah, because I had the collection from WWE. What the hell was it? The streaming service, and then I had the history of the rise and fall of ECW. I never grew up. Yeah, I still have that. It's somewhere in my house, the DVD. I didn't grow up being a fan of the Gangsters.
Right.
That's what they were. Him and Mustafa. I didn't grow up with them, but he was doing some crazy shit.
Yes,
I've never. I mean, Mick pioneered it. Let's all face it. Everyone wants. I love Jack. I'm sorry, buddy, but Mick pioneered it. Mick Foley pioneered doing that shit.
Yeah, but see, these guys took it to another level, man. They took it to another level.
Jack took it to. Mick was a jumping. Everyone's gonna say, well, he dove off of the Hell in the Cell. New Jack was diving off balconies.
Yeah, but he was diving onto wire and glass, man. Mick, and he had the Undertaker in the Hell in the Cell.
Yep.
He was landing on that, the desk, which would have been covered full of, as much as it could, safety-wise, and mattresses, wouldn't it, to cushion his blow. New Jack wasn't having anything to cushion his blow.
Jack, I think the most famous story, if Stu could testify to this, the most famous story was the Vic Grimes thing. Now, I did not see this on pay-per-view, but I did see it from the WWE archives. That was real. When he grabbed Vic Grimes and he fell and he went right on his head, that's all real. And it fucked him up for years. And that's why he became the crazy New Jack that everyone knows now. It's very, very, it's sad that style of bullshit had to happen, because I think too many guys take it too far these days, like that fucking Jelly Janela. We're not going to get into that with him, but rest in peace, Jack. We miss you. I wish I would have came in to seeing you back then, but hey, man, cheers to New Jack.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, everyone in ECW from start to finish were pioneers. They brought it. Respect to all of them. I haven't watched wrestling, and we spoke about this in the last show for a long time.
Yep.
And I remember ECW. I mean, we found it hard to get it over here in the UK, but when you got it, it was brilliant. It was different than you oversaturated of WCW and WWE, WF at the time as well. So ECW brought a lot of cats in, and it wasn't just about the hardcore matches. They had absolute fantastic, actual simple wrestling
storylines.
Yeah, but storylines were good, but they had wrestler matches as well. You got to remember the Eddie Guerrero
garbage.
They had a load of good. It was all mixed during ECW. They did it well.
Yep.
It was just chaos, and everyone likes a bit of chaos. It's sad. For someone. 58. He's still young, and it's sad.
It's still sad.
Yeah.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta mute this.
I looked in your room.
Technical difficulties.
I looked in your room. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So getting back to
go in your room.
No, it's fine. Going back to the New Jack thing. I think the most.
That's just me.
Oh, okay. Hopefully, Donald's gonna come. He's running late as usual, so they'll be here. I thought we were gonna do this alone, but he's coming. Fuck, I'm trying to even think. I mean, back then, I wish we had Chili on, because he knows more about that ins and outs of ECW than I do. So, as a fan, I was watching it. I'm going to save this for the end of the segment when we talk about the wrestling, but
it'd be hard to get Chili on at this point in time, mate, because
he's so busy. The one thing I wanted to tell you and Stewie, I wish Stewie was here. We're going to get him. Is that Wembley Arena thing when we were talking about with Brett and Bulldog? That just because you brought it up on. Go on, Chris. Plug your show
on the Big Fight Weekly. But it's obviously because we're talking about AJ and Tyson Fury, weren't we? Which now I've got a date, and thank God, so we can have something to really push for now. We're talking about,
I was watching Big Fight Weekly, and you guys brought up about Wembley, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, I go, "Wow, I haven't heard Wembley since Brett and Bulldog," and I thought we would talk about it because I'm like, of all the WWE big events, that was the biggest in the UK, from what I have heard.
Well, it's the only time they've had a major event in the UK. SummerSlam, as it was.
Really?
Yeah, they come over and they do Raw live, they do SmackDown live, they do loads of house cards over there that they just do for the fans. But you don't get any pay-per-views over there.
So that whole thing was a pay-per-view.
Yeah, okay, it was SummerSlam.
I did not know that. Okay,
yeah, it was SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, okay, because they just said the Wembley Arena thing. I thought it was just like a Raw or something. I didn't know it was a pay-per-view. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I had no clue it was a pay-per-view.
Back in 1992, mate. I think.
Really? Okay.
It must have been something. Yeah, something like that.
No, that number I showed you when we were talking before the weeks before the show, was that number actually true, or was there more fans than they said they were?
I'd imagine because they would have seated it differently to an actual stadium. You know what a stadium looks like. So you're probably looking at the ring in the middle, aren't you? But there'll be more seats coming close to the. So I'd imagine it'd be a bit more. But don't forget that was Wembley Arena in the 90s. It's been changed since. So it's been.
Oh wow! They actually did some they
demolished it and rebuilt it. So there's a new the Wembley Stadium now holds a lot more than it did back then.
From what I saw, it's a beautiful, beautiful stadium.
Yeah, I had all the sort of historic stuff. You don't forget, it holds, the English national team play their football there, and every cup final in the British pyramid in soccer, football, however you want to put it, that they all play their cup games at Wembley. That's like a big deal. Don't forget though, NFL have been at Wembley as well.
Oh yeah. Back in those, oh my God, those recession days when they had no choice. But when you guys brought it up, I just thought about that. I'm like, because I didn't even know there was reconstruction going on with Wembley, and I thought to myself, I'm like, my God, I mean, if they fit that many people for Bulldog, I'm curious to see, how many people did they, how many people they fit now. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know something. We've done horror reviews all the time. I'm thinking about getting back my WWE, unless it's on Peacock, WWE account. Let's review a match. Let's do it. And I was talking to Chris about it. I was saying to myself, I go, should we do the Bulldogs versus the Hart Foundation? How about that match?
Classic, isn't it? Yeah, why not? I remember it. I remember it. I was a keen wrestling fan at that point. I can remember it.
I'm going to put the poll up next week. We could do Bulldogs versus the Hart Foundation. We could do the Wembley Arena match.
SummerSlam,
Yep, SummerSlam. We could do the return match where it was Brett was the champion and Bulldog was challenging him. It was an In Your House pay-per-view. Or keeping the theme, and I'll talk to Stu about this, of the Dark Side of the Ring, Montreal Screwjob. Because I have my Brett, oh my God. Brett versus, or we can do the Iron Man match. It's up to what you guys, I'm going to put it up there on the Instagram.
You could also mention the Hart Foundation as well, the whole situation when they were a stable.
Yep, it was a work. That's what Scott Hall said on Dark Side of the Ring. Montreal was a work. Yeah, okay.
Stuart, your best person on this
Yep.
whole.
Yep, we got to get Stewie for the wrestling segment. So we're going to get more into wrestling right now. Okay, let's do this next one because this is our favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the long-anticipated review of Army of Darkness.
Groovy.
Let's go. Chris, what did you think of it?
What do I think of it? I love Army of Darkness. I love Evil Dead. I love Bruce Campbell. I love Ash versus Evil Dead. I want more.
People are going to say we're biased here because they love Evil Dead. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. This movie did not come without its flaws. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but you know what? Whatever, innit? You can see past those sort of things. If you like the film, yeah, it doesn't
Absolutely.
matter. It's like watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Come on. Half of it's cheese, but you still love it.
Exactly. So I'll tell you right now, my notes, storyline, it was a sequel to Evil Dead 2. Where the hell can you go wrong? It tells you the backstory of Ash, which, I mean, Evil Dead, I mean, if they were doing it in Evil Dead 2, I didn't catch it, but in Army of Darkness, they never mentioned he worked at ShopSmart, at least to my knowledge, before those two.
You might be right there.
I have that was the first movie that said he worked somewhere. So that was really good. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And then it explains how he got to the Middle Ages. Already, people, this is money. They're building up the story. Horror movies, horror directors, take a fucking note. The middle scene, Ash realizes why he needs to get the Necronomicon. Let's go to my my good and bad about this movie. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, there was an off-screen kill. I had to take points.
Where?
When he throws that one guy in the pit and the blood shoots up.
Yeah, but you do know what's happening there. You can't.
I do.
You
But
know,
I would love to see what happens. I have to be consistent, here, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't put that there. I have to disagree. You know,
I'm sorry, I have to be consistent.
Okay.
Just and then the CGI back then sucked dick, but we got to suck balls. But you have to remember this was the '90s, so I had to give a point. I had to take a point off that. But so it's 2. I'm wrong with that. I love the cheesy comedy that they put in this. Finally, we have a fucking other than gore, Psycho Goreman. We had some comedy in this. What'd you think of the comedy?
I love the comedy. Bruce Campbell's fantastic and so underrated. He's so underrated as an actor.
I know. I'm not begging for this man to get a Golden Globe, but hey, fuck it. It was great.
It was a great film. I think this is another film that sort of it prizes people as 50-50. Not a lot of people like it. A lot of people do. A lot of people prefer how Evil Dead was in the cabin, don't they? I love this. This was like Army of Darkness when I was a kid was the first one I watched before I watched the first 2.
I'm pretty sure for me it was Evil Dead. Yes, it was. I saw Evil Dead first.
I saw Army of Darkness first. And I remember recording it on a VHS tape, as you could back in the day, yeah? I just watched the shit out of that movie.
Boy.
I just found it hilarious. Me and my friend Scott used to watch it when we were kids, just over and over and over again. Loved it.
Oh my God, those were good. I remember. Oh, I ruined a couple of VHSs for Blockbuster recording some of that shit. My favorite line in that whole movie is when he's he just looks at that chick and tells her, "Listen, hail to the king, baby." Oh no, he goes like this, pulls out her hair, like, "Give you some sugar, baby." I don't know about you people, but that was the best thing I ever heard in my life. And no, I never used that on you, did I, babe?
Brilliant, yeah. One-liners with just
the one-liners are the best.
If they're done right, and then I think again, you can go back to Arnie. He's the master of one-liners. Really good. I can't not praise that film as much as I can because I love it. Like I say, it will sway people because a lot of people, like I said, prefer the original sort of style of Evil Dead. But Army of Darkness just went somewhere no one's ever done before, really. Okay, everyone's done medieval and all that shit, but just to twist it up and the whole Necronomicon scene, when he has to do Flatu, with water, nectar,
he fucked it up.
Yeah, that was great. The whole thing when he had 2 versions of him. I'm good, Ash. And
I have that on there. That scored points for that one. That
Brilliant.
they had to get points. They had to get points. That was the best. Oh no, I'm sorry. I gave it more points for the Little Ashes.
Yeah, yeah.
That was fucking great. I thought the storyline was great. The zombie Ash was just that was awesome.
Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah, you know the whole the king, you know, blows up the bull when they discovered the fucking bombs. That was good. So my final thoughts on this movie: I thought Bruce Campbell is the best. Bruce Campbell is best as Ash. If they try to replace him, they should be killed.
No, not ever.
If they ever replace him, shame on you.
No, never.
The middle section told a great story. I love the comedy in this. Overall, it was great. So, Evil Dead gets a 5.
Okay.
So that's the best I've saw so far.
It's an iconic movie, and you have to watch it if you haven't watched it.
You have to.
Watch all 3.
And here's another thing. I didn't realize this after I did the review, ladies and gentlemen. There is an alternate ending. Chris is the one that pointed it out to me.
Yeah, there was. They're two completely different.
I didn't even know that till Chris brought it up.
I have to show you this. Hold on.
2-minute intermission.
I only found it out like because of this bad boy right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember I got this on Amazon, so I don't own this.
That, like I paid like because it was secondhand. I paid like in pounds now because I couldn't tell you in dollars. You might be able to work that out yourself. I paid like £5 for the whole trilogy. So you're looking about what $7 odd in your money?
Around there.
Yeah, and that's the first time I found out there was two alternative endings to Army of Darkness.
I didn't even know it till you told me, and then I saw it on YouTube. But I want people to find it because I'm not going to spoil it for you. Just look on YouTube. Army of Darkness alternate ending. You'll find it, and it is some good shit. But yeah, we talked about what we're doing for the next review. We're doing 28 Days Later, which I'm looking forward to.
28 Days Later, brilliant film again. One of my favorite films. Well,
and here's something I never told the people: I have not saw that movie from front to back. I've only seen the beginning, maybe the middle. I've never seen the ending, so that's going to be awesome. And like Chris is dreading the killer clowns, I cannot wait for that.
Lovely.
Someone on our Instagram said, "Wow, you guys are actually doing killer clowns." I'm like, I cannot.
They probably have the same feeling as I do towards that, mate.
No, this person was actually happy we're doing it. I'm like, I love that movie. Gotta remember too. Halloween Horror Nights did a house for them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they did right, babe. They did a haunted house. What was it? 2019 before the pandemic.
Which one?
Killer Clowns.
Yeah.
They did a house for them, and a lot of people said it was a kick-ass house. I was like, shit, I missed it too.
It reminds me of a few years ago, was it where people were dressed up as clowns? Scaring people?
I remember that bullshit. That was just, let's be honest, everybody, that was just a political stunt. There was something behind that. That was just a stunt. I don't know why they were doing it for some odd reason.
I thought it was funny. You guys had it like, we had it like minuscule, but when I was watching videos of in America, fucking hell, there were some nutty fuckers out there.
Oh yeah, they were acting so stupid out there. With, I mean, they didn't get into they did get into trouble, and they found out real quick. Don't fuck around in Chicago, but to each his own. You know, they figure out after an ass beating.
It's just some people just do some mentalist things, I guess.
And people thought I was crazy when I was single. Yeah, okay. Did goofy shit like that. But yeah, you know, I'm really looking forward to this Killer Clowns one. I know everyone has I understand you just think it's cheese, but Clownzilla, come on. What the fuck? How can you not get excited over a clown that's like big?
Yeah, like Godzilla. Have you watched the latest Godzilla film?
No, and don't anyone spoil it for me. I'm going to eventually get around to it.
Enjoy that one.
Well, that's just like the Burning Man. I can't remember who did I. So I bought the Killer Clown stuff from God. What was that company? I shouted them out on Twitter. I forgot.
The Killer Clown?
Yeah, I got that from what?
Wasn't that from the Universal store?
No, I got that from. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to those people. They're gonna kill me. I messaged them on Instagram, but you can get that stuff from them. They got some killer stuff there. I mean, killer stuff. They got some really good. I got the Birdie Man hoodie from them. That was the first thing I ever bought from them.
Not Nicolas Cage in that film, yeah?
No, see, I wish we would have did that review. The Burning Man. Oh my god, I would have made so much fun out of it. But it's a good movie. Have you ever seen Seinfeld?
Long time ago.
Remember George Costanza?
Yes.
He's in it,
Oh, right, okay.
but he actually has hair. Exactly.
Not real hair, then, obviously.
No, it's real hair, all right.
Wow,
it's
I
real
don't
hair.
think I've ever seen him with hair.
Oh, he has hair. He has hair, and then I'm sorry, I love you, Scott Ian. This fucking guy, he looks like a very young Scott Ian. So that'll bring you up to speed. I mean, honestly, it's just a rip off of Friday the 13th.
Well, yeah, but everything's a rip off in a way if you look at it, isn't it? You know,
Yep.
Like I said to you, we go back to the 80s. It was pivotal, isn't it, for cheesy action films, cheesy horror films. But
Cobra.
you'd still watch it now, though. You know, comparison to, yeah, okay, Saw was really good. Saw was really different. But they did that to death, didn't they?
Oh God, yeah, they did. Back then, it's just like.
But then
I was
again,
born in '89, so I wasn't exposed to that. But I was born to the '90s horror. Christ, was that?
yeah, it wasn't, some of it wasn't like all bad. Like, you know, Pet Sematary was decent, and I don't know.
The first one was good. I hate the Edward Furlong one.
Is that the one when they? I can't remember which one Edward Furlong was in.
That
I never.
treat towards that man.
He crashed hard after Terminator 2. Did Edward Furlong? No, let's be honest. Did you ever watch him in The Crow? When he was like he was the Crow in it,
I saw it.
and he had like Ortiz in it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Was Ortiz in that movie? I have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I don't want to rewatch it because I hate Edward Furlong, but I'm like,
The first
I
one.
saw that Crow one. Oh God, what's that chick from American Pie?
Oh, the blonde one.
Yep, she's in it, and Aurora. What's his name? Aurora.
Oh yeah. Isn't that one with David Boreanaz in who played Angel?
He's in it. Yep, he played the villain. So
Yeah.
I watched it. I trying to get over my disgust of Edward Furlong, and I'm like, okay, oh, this is, and then I was like, he's in it. He's in it. He's in it. I turned it off after 15 minutes. I couldn't do it.
The Crow is the original now, yeah.
I love that movie.
When Brandon Lee died, and that should have been it. Then there should have been no more. You know,
Really?
no, there shouldn't have been. There shouldn't have been. That's what I'm trying to say is the respect for Brandon Lee and what he brought to the
No, I
character.
said really. They should have. I'll tell you what. Crow 2, I liked it. Marco, our other friend, he told me to pay attention to that Crow 2. I go, why? He goes, just pay attention to it. I'm like, all right. I'm not going to give the spoilers out, but has anyone seen Crow 2? You know the girl that's given the tattoo?
It's been a long time since I watched The Crow 2, mate. I couldn't.
I can't tell. I'll tell you off camera, but
Okay.
she relates to Crow 1. That's all.
All
I'm
right.
saying. You want me to say it?
If you can, if you want, I don't mind.
Fuck it. She's Sarah grown up.
Really?
Yep.
The same actual person, or just a different person played it?
The little girl,
Yeah.
it's Sarah, right?
So it's the same person who played it in the first one. Then?
Yep.
Right.
It's Sarah
Okay.
grown up.
Right.
So that's why she knows who he is.
Yeah, but it's hard to watch, though, isn't it? In a way, because that was Brandon Lee. That was his role, and
It's sad. It really is because
because you know the scene when he dies,
Yep.
and you know when you get to that scene, you just sort of like you do like a quite big sigh because you know what's coming, and you know that it's not him after that, really.
Really? Speaking of sad, have you seen The Dark Side of Brian Pillman?
I haven't watched it yet, but Stuart has sent me a couple
Stewie,
of.
like I said, we got to get Stewie on for this.
Hey, oh come on! Eventually.
Eventually, yeah. I saw it. You know what? I had to turn it off because I saw it on YouTube after the second part. I saw a little bit of the first part, and then I watched a lot of the second part. I had to turn it off. It bothered me.
Yeah,
It bothered me the way Melanie, not you, babe, Melanie treated Brian. It bothered me. Brian Jr. It just bothered me.
and don't forget, Stewie's Wrestling podcast has Brian Pillman Jr. on there. So go find it.
He really did interview Brian Jr.?
Yeah, yes, he's got Brian Jr. on there. It's on Spotify. Go look for Stewie's Wrestling Podcast. Great. You're a big wrestling fan, or not even a big wrestling fan, you will really enjoy it. But yes, he's got. If you go on there, Brian Pillman Jr. is on there.
I got to talk to Stewie. I got to get him on this. I love to talk to Brian Jr. I feel so bad for Brian Jr. I feel so bad for him because of what he went through after Brian passed away.
Right.
But,
yeah. I don't know much the ins and outs. I mean, I knew of Brian Pillman watching it as a fan. I knew, him of Austin, the Hollywood Blondes. When they came to WWE and they did that whole Heart Foundation angle, loved all that. I thought Brian Pillman.
What sold it for me is what Stewie sent me. That whole thing when he invaded ECW and cut that promo. Yeah, I was like, wow, I had never heard anyone do that before. Now, and I'm 31 years old. I'm going to be 32 in September. I've never heard anyone do something like that. And bear in mind, people, I was around during the Attitude Era, and there was some edgy shit.
There's a lot of edgy shit that time.
Pillman was ahead of his time.
Yeah, I'd say him and Roddy Piper were, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you watched the Roddy Piper one.
I have to watch that. I got to watch that. I'm not watching the Macho Man because of all the slanderous things they said about him.
Yeah, well, there was
saying that he was a wife beater to Elizabeth. You know what? Stop it. All right.
And the whole thing with Stephanie McMahon as well.
Stephanie, that's so stupid, ladies. And I mean, if you buy it, I mean, it's great. It's great urban legend. It's great urban legend. But I'm from Chicago. Randy grew up in Downers Grove, so he ain't too far away from us. Just the way they just portrayed Randy, it's just disgusting. And that's WWE for you. I'm sorry. I love them, but it's disgusting. I wish they wouldn't do that. But
yeah, I get what you mean.
Exactly. It's just like the Austin thing. I was around when Austin smacked Deborah. So they glared over that, and everyone forgave him.
Supposedly, allegedly.
Allegedly, exactly.
You don't know that with facts. You know what I mean? You can't condone or condemn someone when you don't know the straight facts. Right. Let's ignore all that. Like, we don't go because that's deep, like too deep. I watched the Hot Rod one. Yeah,
I go into it, but yeah, it's just like the way they treated Randy was just ridiculous. And let's be honest, Vince was mad because of the Slim Jims thing. That's what all this was about. Or you didn't know that?
No.
Ladies, I will tell you right now. I know. Watch Cornette's podcast. Jim Cornette, Brian Alvarez, not Brian Alvarez. Brian brought it up. His co-host, they were mad at Randy because originally that Slim Jims deal was with the WWF at the time.
Right. Okay.
When Randy left, they tried to go with Bam Bam Bigelow. And they were not having that. And that's why they went to WCW. That's why Vince was pissed off at Randy. Because that was at the time where WWE was broke. That's why Vince is mad. That's why Vince was mad at Randy.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Slim Jim's deal.
It's hard to say, isn't it? Because he's never been put in the Hall of Fame, I see. And I mean, with Vince is
Randy.
Yeah.
No, he is in the Hall of Fame.
Is
when
he in the Hall
died,
of Fame?
they inducted him. And that's why I can't stand how they are. You know, you induct someone, you hate him for. You can induct the Ultimate Warrior, and he was a piece of shit, but yet you want to.
Yeah, but that in itself is sad. You know, the whole he got inducted. You know, he come on Raw, did his speech, and then he died the next day. That's, you know,
Yeah.
that's just, it's weird and coincidental that ever happened. You know what I mean? He hasn't been on telly, you know what I mean, for so long, and then he gets the Hall of Fame, comes to Raw, dies the next day. It's weird. It's
Really, you know what like I said, what pissed me off was the whole thing. Like, you could invite a guy that said all these hateful shit, but yet you're pissed off at Randy for the Nash is another one, and Hogan. Hogan shouldn't have never been on that whole thing, and that fucking Bubba the Love Sponge. What the fuck was that all about? Yeah. A shock jock, they put Bubba the Love Sponge to talk about Macho Man Randy Savage just to work up Hogan so he could talk about how they fucked with Randy back then. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but listen, you've got to look at it. Is they have some sort of input in all these sort of things. So
yeah, it's a different director from what I heard from Cornette.
Yeah, but they always have an input, so they're always going to spin it their way that they want it.
Yep.
Do you mean? I hear that Vince McMahon's getting a documentary on Netflix.
I'm not watching that.
Yeah, but nothing bad will be said because it'll all be spun the way WWE
they want it.
Spin it. Yeah, of course. You're not going to get anything proper shitty. You mean you might get the slight just to give it the oh my god bit, but it's always spun the way that they want it to be.
They want it, exactly. They're never going to say, Vince Jr. Fucked over Crockett Productions and Blacklist.
They won't say things like that. They won't say things like that.
Exactly. They won't acknowledge the fact that Vince Jr. fucked Crockett Jr. to get WrestleMania because Starrcade was making more money than them. And ladies and gentlemen, understand something. Back in the 80s, the NWA was kicking WWF's ass at that time. Exactly. They were like ECW. They made it real. Whereas WWE was all that cartoonish shit. It wasn't until the Attitude Era where I bought into WWF.
Well, no, I have to disagree there, mate, because
Go ahead.
As much as I loved the Attitude Era, I think that, I was a teenager then, growing up watching that. So, you sort of Austin flipping the boss off, you loved that, The Rock, and all the crazy shit they did in the Attitude Era. I remember back in the day when me and Stuart were young lads, and you only got certain shows like on a Saturday. You didn't. I loved the pure wrestling side of things back then, yeah?
You have to remember, back then, Russo was in charge of that.
Yeah, but Russo was under the leadership of Vince McMahon, so he was never...
That's why Russo... Yeah, exactly. Vince told Russo, you can use this, you can use that. You can't use this. And for people that don't know who we're talking about, Vince Russo was the creative moron that flatlined WCW.
Well, it wasn't just him. I think he probably put the final nail in the coffin. But,
it was, yeah, exactly.
I think how it was run, WCW, they had all the talent. They pissed off a lot of the talent. Yep. I mean, you look at the Chris Benoit's, the Eddie Guerrero's, the Perry Satins, the Dean Malenko's, Chris Jericho's,
yep.
Big Show, Paul White, when they all turned and come over to WWE, you saw the talent. They had talent. They just only cared about, they let... say the Hogans, the Kevin Nashes, they run the Asylum, and they pissed off all the people who actually were pure wrestlers, who were the talent. I think there's a lot to blame for WCW as well, though. I wouldn't just say Vince Russo was the main protagonist.
There's a lot of things with that, but I don't believe Russo either, because Russo's a liar. He'll sit there and say, "Yeah, I try to push these guys." Let me tell you something. You push the guys. It goes back to this, and I love Jim Cornette. Everyone gives me shit for that, but I love Jimmy. He's right, because watch TNA. He pushed guys and fucked that whole program up. When Cornette was in charge, it was wrestling. When Russo came into the picture, bullshit. I'm going to push this guy. I'm going to the fucking hot and cold. You know what? Fuck Vince Russo.
You'll never be allowed.
Go ahead.
You crack on, mate. You keep telling people.
He sucked as a person, Vince Russo, and he's not what people think. He went around in WCW saying that he invented the Attitude Era. That's a fucking lie, okay? It was Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock. Vince had no choice but to allow these guys to be themselves. Vince Russo has nothing to do with it. I'm sorry. Point taken. Did the guy come up with good storylines? Yes and no. Is he a creative genius? No, he's not. I'm sorry. It is what it is. And I grew up, and like I said, I grew up in that area. I grew up in that era of that. No, it was all. I always watched for the big money matches. Big money matches like, oh God, like Austin versus Rock, Triple H versus Mankind, all that goodness. And you know, watch. If you got the WWE archives, ladies and gentlemen, watch back then what Vince Russo was doing. Ugh stuff. But
Well, about that, mate.
I know we're going back and forth between the Dark Side of the Ring thing. I'm sorry, but yeah, that made me sad. I got to talk to Stu. We got to get Brian Pillman Jr. on here. I really want to talk to him because
Send him a message.
I will. I will remind me after this to talk to Stewie about Stewie. If you're on, message me because I want to talk to Brian Jr.
You want to go back to that though? I watched the Roddy Piper A&E documentaries, and I found that really sad.
It was, and they took a lot of things out of Roddy when he was doing the territories.
Yeah, but he was a trailblazer. I mean,
Yes,
that guy would say stuff that you would get fucking. See you later. He'd get started on it and stabbed and stuff. You know what I mean?
God,
Fans.
blackface?
Yeah, you know, because he had that leather jacket. I didn't realize was stab proof because of it. Okay.
I'll tell you what. My favorite, because since we're talking about Roddy, my favorite movie Roddy ever did was They Live. That's my favorite movie, and we're gonna do a review on that on my birthday.
Yeah,
we are going to do a show. I don't know what September it would be, but on my birthday, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm taking control of that poll. We're doing what's it called? We're doing They Live for my birthday.
They Live.
They Live for my birthday because I love Roddy in that movie. I love that movie. That was the best work John Carpenter ever did. And
just give me a second, mate.
Fucking
I
good.
need to do something. I'll be back in a second. You keep going.
I love that movie so much, ladies and gentlemen. You know, like he brought up, Roddy did more things in the territories than he did on WWE. And, you know, a lot of people forget about that. You know, Roddy was a trailblazer. He just didn't do, you know, point A, immediately into the WWF. He actually did more, you know, on camera shit. So, yeah, we're gonna do They Live for my birthday. I have to be selfish a little bit here. It's my birthday. 31 years old, baby.
32.
Oh, 32. I'm sorry. Excuse me. 32 years old. I got to take this one.
I already got your present.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
You want to sit here with me? Come on, camera. Please.
It looks like shit.
No, you don't.
Yes, they do.
Come on, camera.
I'll come when you turn it off.
It's off right now.
No, it's not.
Okay. What? Okay, on my birthday, we're gonna get my wife on.
Dress up.
You don't have to dress up. You're beautiful no matter what you do.
All right, mate.
Can you fill in time for me?
No?
Sorry, the dog needed to pee.
No. I have to do that right now. Like, will everyone get mad at me if I disappear for 10 minutes?
Have you got any sort of adverts you want to plug or put on in the screen? It's for
No screen right now. I don't got anything. But you know what? Chris, run down what's going to go down on Fight Weekly. I will be right back. This is going to be a short intervention. We'll meet out.
oh right, okay.
Go on,
So
Chris.
Big Fight Weekly. Me and Stu. I think we're on Monday. So it'll be about 6 o'clock UK time. lot to talk about. We've got obviously the recap of UFC 262. Michael Chandler, Oliveira, lightweight title on the line. Tony Ferguson, Bell, I can't say his name now. Darush, I will just go with Darush because it's easier. Yeah, there's lots to talk about. We've got the announcement of AJ and Fury fighting in August, so we've got that to come up. We're also going to do like a quick dive into Anderson Silva's career because it seems like he's going to retire from MMA now, so that's something we're going to do. I think we're going to do, and yeah, we're just going to bring up all sorts of different things. Viewers' comments. Always love viewers' comments. Love to know what people want to think about the boxing and MMA side of things. We've got Buatsi's fighting. He's fighting tonight as well, so we'll bring up Buatsi's fight, recap that, and see how he gets on. Break him down, see where he goes next after his fight tonight. Lots of different things. We'll be live Tuesday, 6 p.m. UK time. Albert might have to break it down for you American fans. Time-wise, it will be over there.
That will be 12 o'clock our time.
There you go.
Again, if you're watching this and Mornings with Bird, watch Big Fight Weekly. And
yeah, Power 4 TV.
Power 4 TV. And Power 4 has another wrestling podcast with the big boss, John.
Yeah.
Check him out.
That's on a Wednesday.
I crashed his show and he gave me so much publicity. Thank you, Johnny.
That was nice. It was nice of him to do.
It really was. I like I said, his co-host was trying to help him through that, and he's like, I know about these people, because he gave us that look like, okay, I go, it means a lot to me. I don't like to publicize everything about the art of partying because that's just not me. But whatever little publicity we get, like from, like I said, Big Fight Weekly, your show, Power Force, the Boo Bros, the Mornings with Bird episode I did when I mentioned Killbot and Gorgor.
Yeah.
Plug him. Tony did a good job for me. He's one of my friends. This community of YouTube and streaming in general is just so great. I appreciate everything you did. And like with the 3-year anniversary, it means so much to us because you got to remember, we started as a fucking joke podcast.
That was on Facebook Live.
Yes. Me and Donald were fucking around one day just on Facebook Live, just bullshitting the whatever it was. And then Chris came on, and then all of a sudden it turned into chaos. And then a day later, people were like, oh, do it again. I'm like, this got to be a nation of deaf people. Nothing against you people. But bear in mind, this was back in 2018. I go, these people got to be fucking out of their minds or on acid. And then it slowly started from there. And I was like, okay, what broke us was the Maryland Death Fest thing I did. And it's not on YouTube. I wish I could get those videos of all the bands I interviewed, from Morbid Decay to God. I didn't do Satyricon. A lot of people are wondering that year if I did Satyricon. I didn't. But I interviewed a ton of bands at Maryland Death Fest, and that's what broke us. I wish I could put that on YouTube for you guys, but it's just not going to happen. Facebook is fucked up. So if we could find a way to get those stems, I would love to put them on. I'd
love to put on when we properly met, because what these guys don't know who are watching is we met through Friday the 13th, the game.
Exactly.
Me and Don did loads of live feeds on YouTube, but that didn't we? Stream the game when we were playing.
Still do.
I'd love to sort of try and download them off my YouTube channel and shove them on the Art Party one, just so people could just listen to what we were like back then. Yeah, no, it's only a few years ago, but
it would be great. I cannot find those stems. I'm sorry. I wish. You got to remember back then. When did Friday 13th come out?
Was it 2017?
2000. Yeah, you know what? You're right, because a year after that, we did the Art of Partying. Back then, you have to remember, people, these people were technologically in the Stone Age. They didn't believe in recording and all this and all that. This was before Chris had got with Power 4 and Donnie had Twitch. So you got to remember, I mean, we were working with basically technology in the Stone Age.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing.
A fucking laptop.
Yeah, we do it off our phones. Well, you know what I mean? That's what we were doing, weren't we? Now look at us, microphones, cameras, and
Microphones, cameras. We got this
StreamYard and
goddamn Blue Yeti that looks like a penis, which I'll catch shit for that.
you can gobble down that later, mate. Don't you worry. No, it was funny, like because it's been a 3-year anniversary, so we can go back and
Now that we got time. Yeah, we got time.
This can go as long as we want. Mrs. has gone out now. It's fine.
We got till 3:30. We can talk. We got viewers here. Thank you guys so much for staying with us. Yeah, this show's gonna run long. I don't care. Don't worry. 3:30. That's the cutoff time. I know you guys got busy lives, and Universal just lifted their mask policy. Yeah, you hear about that, huh, Chris?
Oh, I have now, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Florida lifted their mask policy. If you're, what is it, baby? Vaccinated? No. It's an option now, right? Optional. Only outside. You cannot. Only outside. You can do whatever you want with the mask. Inside, you have to put it on. And Chicago's getting. I don't know how we're going to do it in Chicago. I have a. Kuma's specifically said this. We're wearing masks no matter what until the CDC says take it off.
Yeah, see, it's all a bit mental for you lot, though, because over here, even if you've had your jabs,
yep,
you're still told you have to wear a mask. Or obviously, I'm exempt, so I've got my lanyard that says I'm exempt. But I don't understand that, because you can still get it after having a jab. And you can still pass it on after you've had a job. The
thing with us out here, it's weird. I mean, we're not going to get into this politicalness, but
no, not at all.
No. I'm going to tell you right now, the ground rules with this. If you're going to throw comments here, we're not talking about religion or political.
Politics.
Flat out.
Nah, not into that shit.
Flat out. Sorry, but when it comes to us. The only reason why we're doing that really quick is because we need the economy to get hard. As gay as it sounds, it needs to get hard.
You can't say things like that. You can't say if it sounds gay. Jesus. You'll get confident of people giving you shit for saying stuff like that, man. No, listen, it is what it is. Look, what we'll put a nail on this one is we'll see what happens in it.
We really will. I mean, and honestly, I only said that because I know the assholes on here was that, well, you said it was gay. But the thing is, in all seriousness, the reason why we're doing this is because we need the economy to go up, which for some odd reason it already has from what I've heard.
Right. Okay.
But, safety and all this other bullshit, it is what it is. But when it comes to the mask, I have wore the mask ever since I got vaccinated. I never took it off.
And that's fair enough. Like, that's what
if people that I have around Chicago that are fans of us, if they ever saw me, the only time I would take my mask off is when I have to smoke. Other than that, or have a sip of some beer or water, other than that, my mask is on.
I don't know how you guys cope. I mean, like I say, I'm exempt, so I don't know how you would cope. When you're doing how many hours do you work? When you do 8 or 9 hours?
Shit, I work from 2 to 10. No, we start at 2. That's our official time. 2 to 10.
You
8 hours. I wear mine. Okay, I'm trying to think. The first alley I do, I wear it. The second alley I don't. I take it off because I smoke. I apologize, but you know what? I'll tell you this, and I'll give you this. It helped me slow down my smoking.
Well, okay.
I don't smoke a lot.
Doesn't make any difference to me. Like,
yeah.
I feel sorry for people who are in hospitals, your nurses, your doctors who are on 12 Plus, I
My
was a
mom's a
week,
doctor.
Women
and
have
you know they're wearing masks all day.
Hey,
I don't know how you do it. I don't know. How
I
you do it.
didn't realize that women have to give birth when they're wearing masks.
they have to wear a mask. While
Now
they
this is now, right?
I don't know if they changed it recently.
They had to have because of what
But when I
Lightfoot
was
said.
watching, when my friend gave birth, she had to wear a mask.
Really?
Yeah,
And how long ago was that?
her baby's about to be 7 months. So she's just a little younger than Emma.
So this was before they with all the
Yeah.
restrictions with the CDC. Okay. No, that I can understand. No, I get that.
Yeah, that's so hard going. Like, I mean, I'm a father myself. I've seen my other half give birth. To see them wearing a mask at the same time, Jesus.
So it's playing music. Hey, thank you, brother. I'm
What did he say?
I don't know. He just there it is.
Noise.
Noise. Thank you.
I don't know. Listen, let's put a pin in this now. This is getting too political.
Yeah, it is. We're
Let's
getting off.
let's move on to something else. Like, you mean
All I'll say is
I can't comment
Yeah.
enough. I can't comment enough on this shit.
No. It's not. My whole thing with the mask thing is it's cool because we're getting back to normal, but at the same time, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, I hope another surge doesn't happen, but from what I could see, we're doing really fucking good.
Our state is actually doing really well.
Our state, medal to that, brother.
This is the last thing I'll say on this, because people don't need to listen to this because I have to hear about this shit every day, and it must bore the shit out of a lot of people.
Yep.
There is that Indian variant that's going around there. That's the only thing I'll say.
Yeah,
But
Indian variant.
but that's
I
the
didn't
last.
know about it until they brought it up.
That's the last thing I'll say about this because I don't want our viewers to have to listen to this shit. Because I'm saying it all the time.
Isn't there a UK variant too?
There was a UK, and then I think they caught it.
I
This
couldn't.
fucking plague is just
Oh,
ridiculous.
it was the Kent variant you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. The board.
Anyway, let's move on from this because,
Yeah.
like I say, people have to listen to this every day on the fucking
Yep.
news. So I don't think they want to
Agree
come
with
on
what
to our podcast and listen to us talk about fucking COVID.
Chris, did you hear what I said?
Well,
The Boris variant.
all right. Okay, now.
I wanted to get you laughing on that one.
Cheers, mate.
You fuck Boris.
He's not my prime minister, by the way. He's, Wales have their own. Just thought I'd let you know that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I had to throw that dig at Boris Johnson just to fuck with him a little bit.
You can't fuck with me, though. You had Donald Trump as a president.
No.
man.
I'm saying just to fuck with him. If God forbid, if that fucker's, if really the fucking the political wizards are listening to this, fuck you. Anywho,
I don't give a shit. Let's move on.
exactly. Fuck you. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like I said, getting back to that late. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about this Venom trailer that just came out.
All right,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm not here to talk about it. He had a lot of things to talk about it. Let there be carnage.
Right, okay. I enjoyed the first one. The only issue I have with Venom, I wish it was a bit more darker.
Oh, you've seen it? Oh, you saw it?
I've seen the trailer, yeah, I watched it, but I'm talking about as a whole, as a film. I kind of wished it was darker.
I will say this. This is me. And like I said, I wish he was here to talk about this. My thing with the Venom thing, I think it's going to be good.
I hope so.
I don't buy Woody Harrelson, and I know
Come
for
on.
a fact,
How can you say that?
yes,
Woody
let
Harrelson
the
should
trolls
be,
come and get me.
Woody
I
Harrelson
don't
should be
buy
an
Woody
American
Harrelson
national
as a
treasure.
psychopath. I've said it. I will say it now. I don't care. Bring the hate trolls.
What? Come on, man.
He's not.
Have you ever seen Natural Born Killers?
First of all, let's be honest with that. He was
Jeez.
a joke as a natural born killer. I will say it right now.
No,
Yes, he was.
no, I have to
Yeah.
disagree.
Yes, I didn't like him in Natural Born Killers. He was goofed up. That's fine. I don't care. But he's not a psychopath to me. They could have got that kid from Gotham to play Cletus Cassidy, and they wanted him. Yes, the Joker. They wanted him.
Yeah, I know he is. But they wanted him over Woody Harrelson.
Yes. If Don was here, he'd testify to that. They wanted him as
Yeah, he's very good at Gotham. I won't disagree.
he is a believable psychopath. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But you can't. It's hard to sort of put out, like you say, okay, you're not a fan of Woody Harrelson, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion.
I'm a fan of his.
He might surprise you.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm a fan of his, but has a deranged lunatic psychopath? No. When I saw Natural Born Killers, it was goofy. I'm sorry. He was a goof, and I don't mean that to take anything away from him. He's a
I don't
goof.
agree, but yeah.
Oh, what? In Natural Born Killers, he was a goof?
I know I quite liked him in that.
Juliette Lewis saved it for me. That's the thing with that.
But that's fair enough, and I think a lot of people probably agree with you on that. Right? I just thought he was really good in Natural Born Killers. But I understand your worries, but you do have Tom Hardy, who I think was
he's awesome.
brilliant as Brock.
That man could take shit and turn it into fucking Caesar salad. Thank you.
Possibly.
Yeah.
The thing with me with Tom Hardy, I like Tom Hardy as a bad guy. I think he plays villain roles, apart from Bane, and I think we would never have to talk about him playing Bane. But yeah, that's it. But
you want Scooby-Doo people, that's it.
Yeah. But he plays villains absolutely fantastic. Gangsters as well. UK gangsters and stuff like that. He plays them absolutely brilliant. You need to check out the film that Tom Hardy did years ago called Bronson, based on a true story.
Is that about Charles Bronson?
Yes.
And we were talking about Death Wish yesterday. That's what's fucked up about it.
But he plays those sort of characters really, really, really well. But he plays Eddie Brock really well in this. Like I said to you, I just wish it was a bit darker. I wish it was tailor-made more for the older audience.
Right.
Because I think Venom deserves to be a bit darker. The guy. Yeah. The symbiote eats fucking heads, man. I want to see him eating heads.
I saw it in he threatens to kill that chick, the one he's protecting. He threatens to kill her.
Yeah. The corner shop lady, isn't it?
Yeah, he threatens to kill her. That's my thing. It's just like, oh my god, you could have picked a better villain to be Cletus. I would have loved to see that kid from Gotham do it. I'd love to see it. The kid that plays the Joker.
I get you. And he's very good, so I'm not going to disagree. But let's probably wait and see how Woody Harrelson plays Carnage. I love the whole Venom Carnage saga. I loved it in Spider-Man. Maybe we might see Tom Holland appear in this as well.
I think that Don, like I said, if he was here, Don said that there is a Easter egg with him in there. He did say he loves the fact that they got rid of the fucking howdy doody hair.
Listen, they sorted out Venom from, the original film in Spider-Man when they did Venom, and it was so PG.
Oh,
it was poor. Tobey Maguire's, isn't it? It's Spider-Man. And
you're talking about that one?
Yeah, but they made Venom. It was too PG for me. When you're going into the darker shade of the characters that do a bit more than tickle your fucking arsehole.
Yep.
The ones that bite your fucking heads off, the ones that are a bit more ruthless, it needs to be a bit darker. I know they have to cater to everybody now. I know they have to cater to the younger audience because the money is in the younger audience. Do what Deadpool did. They made the adult version of Deadpool, and then they made the clean cut version of Deadpool for the younger version.
Exactly.
I'd rather see something like that personally.
My whole thing with that was let's get into this. Since we're talking about this, I'm still pissed off about Todd McFarlane.
Right, okay.
Okay, he's trying to say that, I don't want to say this because I don't want to get sued, but...
Don't get sued, mate. You'll be all right.
All right. He's saying that Spawn is going to be a cross between Paranormal Activity and whatever the fuck he said. How
Well,
the fuck?
Is this guy remaking Spawn? Yeah.
Yeah, that the guy that created Spawn. How
Michael
the
J.
fuck?
White. Michael J. White was great as Spawn. I'm just gonna
Thank
put it
you.
out there.
Thank you. I argue with him all the fucking time, but he's not here because I can't yell at him about it.
Dom's not a fan of Michael J. White as Spawn, no?
See, I'm not going to say anything because this chair is empty. So
No,
he can sit there and debate me. But you know what?
I like Michael J. White. I think Michael J. White, he's not the greatest.
Exactly. He
actor of all
was the best
time.
one. But here's the thing. They're going to give me shit
I think
because of that whole, the 98 version of Spawn.
Yeah, but that was different. No, he's got to look at things, right? Wasn't this like look at now where everything that comes on Netflix or Amazon is all superhero heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? And I'd like to think, and the same for Blade as well, because it's going to be weird seeing someone else play Blade other than Wesley Snipes when that comes out. And I'd hope they get the right person to play the characters and give it justice. Because, Wesley Snipes in Blade 1 and 2 are brilliant. Blade 3 was a pile of shit.
Right.
Paul for Ryan Reynolds and Triple H and all those people that are in it.
Oh, my God.
And the guy that played Lincoln Burrows in Prison Break was the main antagonist, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I always thought that was crap. I love the first original Spawn. For what it wasn't. We weren't in an era where it was superhero sort of era, was it? It was just a dark, gritty film.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It could have been better, yes, but I quite enjoyed it. I thought Mark J. White was really good in it. I thought everyone in it was, I wouldn't.
Fuck.
I'd give it. If you give me out of 10, I'd give it 5 out of 10. I wouldn't give it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we rolled over our time. You know what? We're gonna call this a day. Thank you guys so much. I know you got things to do. This is the end of the Art of Partying. Have a good night.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Cheers. Sorry, babe. Chris, I'm still going to talk to you.